they've got some awesome things that you can just look forward to. They have a breakfast pastry called Banita, which is like layers of pastry and cheese. They have two kinds of cheeses in Bulgaria. They have the white cheese and the yellow cheese. So one is called kashkaval, which is the yellow cheese. It's kind of like a dry, waxy cheddar. And then the other one is called sirene, which is white, kind of crumbly feta cheese. It's funny, they keep it in the fridge on a dish with water and a little bit of salt to keep it fresh. I don't know. Those are pretty good. So they put the sirene in this Banita. That's fantastic. During Halloween in the fall time, they all put like pumpkin in it, and that's really good as well. They have a potato dish called moussaka, which is excellent. Let's see what else they have that's good. I'm trying to go over the good things first. You know, at least something to look forward to. They'll do baklava, like the Greek dish, really good. They'll have a salad called Shopska Salad, which is like cucumber salad. It's not so bad. They do drink a lot of yogurt. They'll talk about it, kislo miliako, which is like a sour milk. Now they do have a breakfast drink called bozar, which is like green fermented grains or something. Don't drink it. It's so bad. I've never been able to swallow. I tried so many times to drink it, and it would make me gag. They have another thing that's like a fluorescent pink, fluorescent purple drink. It's basically boiled concentrated cabbage juice. You'll get it once in a while. They use it to wake up after they've had a hangover or something. People offer it to you. It's vicious. Like, get ready. It'll rock your world if you drink it. Sometimes they'll mix that with, or the yogurt, the kislo miliako, they'll mix that with water during the summer. So they have kind of a weird thing. Hot goes with hot, cold goes with cold. So you can buy ice cream in the winter, and you get hot drinks in the summer. And if you ask for ice in your drink, they'll think you're an idiot. They're like, you are insane. Like, what? If you drink something cold during the summer, you're going to get sick, according to tradition and culture. And during the winter, you know, if you drink hot chocolate, you'll probably die. So that's kind of a weird thing. That's like a cultural moray.
They basically have two types of cheeses. One's sirene and the other's kashkaval. Sirene is a really salty cheese, kind of like feta, but you can't find like real sirene in America. It's really hard to find, we'll say that. And same with the kashkaval. It's kind of like a mozzarella cheese, but it's a little different. The yogurt there is, like I said, amazing, but again, it's a little different. And so like there's lots of little things like that where you can buy stuff that's similar-ish, but not quite in America. Another pretty common thing is lutenica, and it's like a tomato-based paste with lots of different vegetables and different things kind of mashed into it, and it's really good. And again, you can find similar things in America, but not the same. And then on the reverse side, when you get to Bulgaria, there are a fair number of things. I remember one in particular was like syrup. You can't find syrup, and so everyone would always ask for like the syrup mixes, and we'd make up our own watery kind of gross syrup, but it was syrup, so we liked it. You can't, unless they're starting to get more like American restaurants there. Like Burger King was just new during my mission, so that was a pretty big thing. And they've obviously got McDonald's, and they have KFC and Subway. So you'll see those common things. But outside of like those restaurants, you can't really like buy a hamburger or anything. I know I went to a Bulgarian restaurant once, and they said they had a cheeseburger on the menu, and I thought that was strange for a Bulgarian restaurant. So I ordered it, and it ended up being a cheese sandwich, really. It was 2 pieces of bread with cheese in the middle. It wasn't a cheeseburger at all. So I mean, that was interesting. They have fries there. They said, I mean, the food there is amazing, so you may not be able to find everything American, but you're definitely not going to starve because you'll find really good food there. There's a lot of pizza restaurants there, although the pizza is a little different. It's really flat. They don't put hardly any sauce on it. And then they've got some of the toppings are kind of strange. I once ordered a pepperoni pizza and it came as a pizza with hot dogs on it. So be careful when you order pepperoni pizza. And then there's a surprising number of like Chinese restaurants, although you don't hardly ever see Chinese people. But those are pretty good, and they're a lot like Chinese here. So, you'll survive. You'll find some good stuff. You'll miss a few things from America, sure, but the food's there is great, so you'll be fine. I love the food in Bulgaria. Like, it was awesome, and it's one of the things I miss the most about the country. As I've mentioned, it's in the Balkans, so it's a very fertile country, and there's just fruits and vegetables everywhere. And so, during the spring, summer, fall, you get different different fruits and vegetables that come into season, and they've got fruit stands and vegetable stands all over the place. And so you can just get all sorts of fruits and vegetables that are absolutely delicious. And then when you get into the winter, you maybe get a little more of the meats, mostly like pork and lamb and chicken. Some more kind of hearty meals with potatoes and carrots, onions, things like that. So honestly, just a lot of like really natural foods that are just loved it. It was really good. Some more specific things, a really traditional thing they eat there is salad, specifically something called Shopska Salad, which it's basically cucumbers and tomatoes, chunks in a bowl, and maybe some onions, and they serve it to you, and then you can put cheese over it, or maybe some balsamic oil or balsamic and oil on it. And at the beginning of my mission, it was kind of hard to eat. I'm not a big tomato guy, but by the end of my mission, I loved it. So that's a really traditional thing. They have bread with almost every meal, and the bread is fantastic. Several missionaries kind of gained weight, you could say, probably from the bread. You may have heard of dooners. They're kind of a thing that is influenced by Turkey. And I would say they're kind of like the fast food of Bulgaria. They're basically like a flatbread with a special white sauce that they put on it, and then fries and grilled chicken, and depending on the city, different types of vegetables or rice, things like that. And then they wrap it all up, and it's just this tube of greasy, yummy goodness. Like, it's really good. I really would like one of these days. So those are really good. Bulgaria is kind of famous for yogurt. They claim that yogurt came from Bulgaria. I don't know how true that is, but the yogurt there is absolutely delicious. So that's pretty big. They have pastries called Banita, and those are quite delicious as well. It's kind of this really thin dough. If you're familiar with phyllo dough, it's like phyllo dough. It's kind of like paper thin dough, and they'll put like different things in it. The most common is made from a really salty cheese called sirene. An egg, it's kind of mixed up together, and then they sprinkle it on this dough and then wrap it up and kind of wrap it into like a circle and then bake it. And that's a really common pastry. You'll eat that quite a bit, and it's fantastic. You also get different variants like apple bonita or pumpkin bonita depending on the season. So those were always really delicious. Yeah, I mean, lots of yogurt. They put plain yogurt on a lot of different things on the side of dishes, or they'll water it down and make it a drink or a soup. Like, they do lots of different things with yogurt. So, but like I said, Bulgarian food is absolutely fantastic. I can't really say that I ever ate anything that bad. I'd say the worst thing I ate was maybe some fish that had been left out and was a little cold, but other than that, like, it was fantastic. Loved it. From what I hear, there's a Bulgarian restaurant in Las Vegas. I haven't been able to make it down there, but I've looked at their website and it looks very legit. They've got some really good looking, very Bulgarian meals, so I want to get down there sometime. There's a website, I can't remember what it's called, but You can order Bulgarian food from it, like different, like the cheese I was talking about, the sirene and lutenica, the tomato paste. So you can order these things and have it shipped to you. So there's that option. It's a little pricey, obviously, but that's one way to get it. And some of the markets, especially in the Provo area, that sell like stuff internationally, you can find a little bit of Bulgarian type things. So I have found that the sirene, the salty cheese, in a shop here in Provo. So, but other than that, I haven't. There's not any restaurants in Utah that I know of.